Welcome to Mat Fitness. Today we're going to do a 10-minute advanced class. So let's begin. We're going to start on your back side in a glute bridge position. So I want your legs at 90 degrees, core braced, kind of like your lower back is going to hit or hug the floor. Hands up overhead like we're reaching. So a lot of core work right now. We're going to drive the hips up, and as I do so, I'm going to pull the hands through, almost like I'm going to dunk someone. Pull down, engage, squeeze through. Make sure you get as much height as you can through the hips to make sure that those glutes are really working. Make sure you extend those arms as far as you can just to open up those shoulders. And we're just going to keep pumping and engaging those hips. I just love using this exercise to really wake up the body and turn on those glutes. Let's get 2 more reps in. Here we go. That's 1. Drive up, squeeze away, and lower. Good. Now, we're just going to place those hands right on my head. I'm going to extend my leg forward straight. I'm going to clamp and engage my midsection. And from here, I'm just going to do these little V-ups. Pulsing away. We're going to do about 10 reps. There's no rush here, and I want to make sure there's no pulling on the hands. So keep the eyes up, the lips up, the chest up, and you're just using that midsection to almost rock. Another way I kind of visualize this is I pretend if someone's going to step on my stomach. So keep pulsing and engaging, pulsing and engaging. Good. Let's switch sides. Punch out that left leg, get as long as you can, engage your midsection, and start hitting that V up. Getting as much height as you can, just making sure that your leg stays straight. I don't want you to start kicking up or bending from the knee. Keeping those abs engaged. A few more reps. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good. Now, we're going to get into a pike position. Drop the hips, bring the knees into your chest, extend those legs out, point them, get super long through the legs, drive those fingertips through, and connect the dots. So all the way through your front line, get super tight and engaged. Your lower back is planted. You're not up on your rear ends or on your hip bones or your sit bones. So just engage and kind of create the best bowl you can create. So get super tight here. We're going to hold for about 10 seconds. After those 10 seconds, you might feel some shaking and engagement. And then we're just going to chill out and rock on either side and give ourselves a little bit of a rest so we can get back up into that position and hold with great intensity. So here we go. Extend those legs, point them, drive through. We're holding for about 10 seconds, maintaining the tension all the way through the front line of my body. That's why I like to point these toes. Keep your chin down, drive the fingertips through. And we're just trying to engage everything we got. Holding, 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 rest, and we're gonna rock. We got 1 more round coming up. Hit those lower backs, just wake them up. Give our muscles a second to rest and recover. And then we're just gonna drive those legs again, extend through. 1 last hold, 10 seconds. Keep that chin down, crunch as much as you got. Stay as tight as you got. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Now, we're gonna pop onto our side. We're gonna get ourselves into a side plank position. Take your time here to make sure that everything's stacked and there's no discomfort in any of your joints. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. Top leg is long. Hold onto your side, and we're gonna reach up. We're gonna do about 10 reps here. Make sure the top leg is as straight as you can. Make sure you're really pushing the floor with your bottom leg and arm, and reach up as high as you can. This is not easy. After about 10 reps, we're gonna hold the position, and we're gonna start pulsing and pumping from that top leg. Again, forcing this top leg to work, but also forcing my bottom leg to work as well. A few more reps, and drop. Good. Now we're just gonna switch sides. Getting to my other side, bottom leg is bent at 90 degrees. Stacking my shoulders, keeping the elbow right underneath that shoulder, holding onto my side, lifting my hips up, locking that position, and hitting those 10 reps. Getting up as high as I can, toe down, and I'm staying really firm just to make sure I'm not wiggling and bopping all around. That way I'm forcing these little engines to work only. I'm not compensating with something else. After those 10 reps, we're gonna pulse away, keeping that body tight, reaching up as high as you can. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rest. Good. Now we're gonna flip over into a tabletop position. I want you to screw the floor. I want you to screw your hands into the floor as far as you can. Get that really wide base with those feet. Brace your midsection or tuck from that midsection, just like we were doing with those pikes. And we're gonna tap that opposite shoulder. Take your time here and make sure that your core is ready to stabilize before you start moving, because I don't want those hips to start bopping around. Screw in tight, get that midsection engaged, and hold that brace as you transition. So as you make that shift, you have to clamp harder from your midsection so you can compensate for that loss of support. Keep that head back into the headrest. Reach with that opposite side. Keep repping, going for about 30 seconds. Keep squeezing your glutes. Try to keep yourself as long and as tall as you can. And just make sure that your hand is stacked underneath your elbow, which is then stacked underneath your shoulder. And rest. Good, we're gonna drop those knees. Now we're gonna work some more stability, but more along our back line, so the back of our body. We're gonna get into our tabletop, extend that right leg really hard, punch that left fist forward. I'm gonna reach as far as I can, squeeze that butt as hard as I can, crunch in like I'm in wet cement, so really feel your abs work, and then extend right back out. So again, if we have this idea that we have to pull ourselves out and pull ourselves back in, we're just gonna get more muscle activation. So make sure you really squeeze. Reach and pull. Reach and pull. Get as much extension as you can, as much height as you can, and really feel your muscles work, but more importantly, stabilize to make sure you're not shifting all around. Now we're gonna switch sides. Screw in hard, left leg, right hand, crunch in really, really hard, and then drive right back out. Crunch in, reach out. Make sure you're lifting that head to get good extension and keep that neck in a nice neutral position so you stay strong. Crunch away, reaching up, crunch, reach up, a few more reps. Last one, and rest, good. Now to finish off, we're gonna go onto our stomachs and work our back a little bit further. So on that stomach, we're gonna get into a Superman position, get the body really long, and we're gonna start by keeping our lower half planted. So that is your anchor, or that's your base. Drive your toes down, make sure your shins are on the floor, squeeze your rear end, and then bring those arms straight ahead. We're gonna look up. Once I squeeze my butt, I'm gonna lift my hands up, palms down, and I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna feel all the muscles along my spine engaged, connecting from my glutes to the back of my head, and then I'm gonna reach. If you have to rest in between reps, that's totally fine. Pull, feel the chest lift, feel the back muscles engage, reach, and pull back down. So every rep, I'm just seeing if I can get more extension through my back and get more height. Reach and extend. Constantly pumping and lifting my chest. After about 10 reps, we're gonna drop down, we're gonna relax, and we're gonna go into our opposites. So keep that head back into place, toes down now, I'm gonna reach up. Hitting those sides and making sure I'm really pulling and feeling all the muscles along my glutes, along my spine, along my back are really getting engaged. Each time, get that hand and heel higher and higher. We're gonna do this for about 20 seconds. Every rep again, trying to go higher and higher and higher. Pinching that butt, reaching up, keeping the limbs long. Keep reaching and extending, a few more reps. And rest, good. Last but not least, we're gonna pull those hands to our sides, right to the nipple line, keeping the hands pretty close to our chest. Pull my shoulder blades back and down. I don't want them floating and rolling all over the place. And I'm gonna actually keep my toes up here, kind of keep them down to the floor so I can really push down. And then squeeze my butt, and then extend and lift. Lower right back down. Keep the toes down, squeeze the butt, drive up and extend. Reaching up as high as I can. Feeling all the muscles along my spine, really pushing my hips down to the floor, reaching up as high as I can, getting really good extension through the spine, but it's so important you really build the proper base to make sure you're not adding undue tension or stress. Now, if you have a hard time with the toes down, you can always bring them up, squeeze the rear end, lift that chest up as high as you can, pushing the hips forward, eyes up, screw everything down, squeeze the butt, drive the hips up, get as much extension as you can. We get 2 more reps here. Every rep trying to go a little bit higher and a little bit higher, really pushing, almost like you're doing a handstand, eyes up, and connecting all the muscles along your whole back line. So from your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, your spine, all the way up to your back and neck. Last one, we come up, and we're gonna hold that top position, squeezing away, and rest. Great job today.